Aloha and welcome back. This is Natasha. So I'm going to continue on with the masculine cards sets that I did in my previous video. I'm going to do 2 more masculine cards on this in this video. So I took a stitched frame die cut and I cut out this panel here, and I'm going to be taking this double stitched picture frame and cutting that out in the center as well, and then taking the negative piece that came out of that. I'm going to be using some Avery L. It's their aquamarine color. And I'm going to be taking a blending tool and just blending on some color. I'm going to be blending it from the top going downwards and blending it out to white. I took a stitched banner die and I cut that out, and I'm going to be using a sentiment from the stamp set, the Roarsome stamp set. It says I love you, and I also colored with my alcohol markers and die cut the little volcano. And taking some powder blue cardstock, I made a card base, and I'm just going to be basically adhering everything onto the card front. It's a very simple, very clean card. So just taking some liquid adhesive, I'm just going to place that more towards the top portion of the card base, and then using some foam adhesive, I'm going to be attaching the middle panel there that I had done the ink blending on, and then attaching my little volcano into that framed piece, as well as the little hearts coming out of the volcano. Taking some foam adhesive again, I'm going to be attaching my sentiment strip on the bottom left hand corner. And I'm just going to be placing a couple of little blue hearts there to the right hand side. I'm going to add a little bit of Wink of Stella to the lava and the little hearts. And then I also added some glossy accents as well. Just giving you a little shot of the little sparkle on that. And add the glossy accents, and then that's basically it for this card. Move on to the second card, and this card is going to be a shadow box card. And so here I show the dimensions. I have cards at 7.5 by 4.25, and then I score it at 1 inch and 1/2 inch, and then just really folding my score lines with my bone folder. I'm going to do that to both panels. I cut this first panel with the orange and brown plaid, and then my second panel is just out of white cardstock. Okay, so that's basically how it looks. I'm going to do it to the white cardstock as well, and it's basically going to look like that. Okay, so I'm gonna take a frame die cut, this infinity rectangles, and I'm gonna be cutting out a window. I took some orange cardstock and cut a frame with the same infinity rectangles, and then I also put some acetate over it. So I'm using this Lawn Fawn party balloons and the Lawn Fawn large wreaths, and cutting that out of some green cardstock. Okay, so I took a white textured cardstock panel here, and I'm going to be taking my distressed blender brush and taking the same aquamarine from Avery L. I'm going to be just ink blending to give it a little bit of a sky feel to this panel. And then I'm also cutting some hillside border die cuts. I inked that up with some vintage photo distress ink, and then I'm just going to be adhering everything onto the background here with some liquid adhesive. So placing that on the top, and then I just added on my hill sides as well. I also did my sentiment, and with the hillsides, I did the top piece. I put some foam adhesive. Okay, and I'm gonna be adding all my little critters on now. And please, excuse me, I got really bad cold over the weekend. So I'm actually fighting that off right now. So I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little weird or I'm clearing my throat. I also die cut from the Tim Holtz. Gosh, I can't remember what it's called. I'm sorry, but I die cut a palm tree and I just inked it up with some distress inks. I believe I did peel paint on the leaves, on the coconut leaves, and then I did vintage photo on the bark. Okay, so just adding my two little critters, and I actually added 5 little critters, little dinosaur critters from the Roarsome stamp set. I'm just checking placement and then adding it on with some liquid and some foam adhesive. Okay, and so now's the part where I take the die cuts that I made out of the balloon die set and the large wreath die set. I'm just actually cutting them down, kind of fiddling around with it, placing it down with some liquid adhesive in random spots. And then I'm also going to be taking the frame piece with the acetate, and I'm going to be adding some of the greenery onto that piece as well, so it kind of flows from the inside of the shadow box card to the outside. So there it is. And then at this point, I'm just going to take some liquid adhesive and I'm going to be putting a generous amount of liquid adhesive, and I'm going to be holding those two tabs together, just making sure they get a good connection. And then at this point, all I have to do is add my sentiment strip. And I'm just going to fiddle around with the placement. I'm actually going to put it down on the left hand side, and that completes the shadow box card. It's so fun. I love it. And I'm actually going to show you that it does fit really nicely into a regular A2 size envelope. Put it in there, recipient gets the card, pulls it right out, and it'll just pop right open to its little, you can pull in the tabs on the side, but it pops right open to its shadow box form. Really cute. It's really nice to just sit on a desk or on a table. Okay, so here are the still shots of the 2 cards that I made with this Roarsome stamp set. And so that makes 4 masculine cards that I made with this Roarsome stamp set. Really cute. I'm super stoked I got this stamp set in my collection, because now I can make some boy birthday cards or, you know, Father's Day cards or what have you. So I really hope you give them a try, and if you do, please let me know in the comments below. Let me know in the comments below what card you liked, what inspired you. Also follow me over on Instagram at nwongyuan designs, and I will catch you on the next video. Mahalo for watching. Ahui ho.